Cool. So guys, we're going to get into it. First of all, so guys, I'm going to chat for about 30 minutes. So I'd say to you guys, just switch off your phones, close YouTube, close Facebook, and just give me your full attention. If you guys listen for the full 30 minutes, I promise you the wisdom I'm sharing with you today will change your business and perhaps even change your life forever. So yeah. And guys, also just stick around to the end of the chat. I'm going to be giving away a free training module that will get you 10 to 20 high quality client opportunities every single month for just 5 minutes a day of effort using LinkedIn. So guys, my name is Justin Feldman. I'm a qualified chartered accountant and co-founder of Accounting Clients Accelerator. So today I'm going to speak to you about how to get high paying clients fast. So let's jump into it. So after having worked in a couple of accounting firms myself, and having spoken to hundreds of accounting partners and servicing multiple accounting firms through my business, I've definitely identified the difference between an accounting practice that constantly locks down high-paying clients and ones that simply don't. Now, there are a few components that have to be in place in order for the practice to get multiple high-paying clients. If any of these components aren't there, it appears the partner tends to get stuck in the business working crazy hours and just can't find the time to get new clients. So we'll be addressing all these components in detail in the session, but just as an overview for the presentation, I want to just run through the key components as seen below. So number one is picking a niche. Number two is having a lead generation system in place. And number three is a formal sales process and CRM to ensure you can close the leads. And the bonus of automation is there to save you time. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick backstory about myself. So this whole journey started for me a couple years ago. I'll never forget in my final month at Thornton, after spending yet another night sitting at the client's offices until 11 p.m., the audit partner turned to me and said, "Justin, how's the budget looking?" I turned to him, a big old school no-nonsense type audit partner, and said, "Unfortunately, we've gone over budget again, Jacques." Frustrated, we both continued working until I turned to him and said, "Jacques, why do we take on clients like these? They underpay us, their books are a mess, and when we request information, they're always slow to give it to us." He turned to me and said, "This client was referred to us by one of our existing clients. There's nothing else we can do. That's how the industry works. It's the only way to get new clients. People need trust to sign on new accountants." Fast forward 1 year, and I was sitting in an audit room 1 street up from Times Square in the middle of Manhattan with my new audit partner, Greg. I couldn't believe the quality of the clients I was auditing. When we requested something, it was sent immediately. The books were clean and organized, and we made budget on every single client. Eventually, I turned to my audit partner, Greg, who was a young, well-dressed, and tech-savvy partner, and said, "How do you get such good clients?" He replied, "Easy, Justin. If they're not good quality, we simply leave them and find new clients." I was shocked. I said, "But how many word-of-mouth referrals are you getting each month?" He looked at me and smiled and said, "Let's have a chat." And what he said to me next is the reason I decided to start Accounting Clients Accelerator. From my conversations with Greg, I learned a whole lot about how an efficient accounting practice is run in New York City. They make use of digital marketing, automation, and CRM tools to manage their client base. And that's what I'm here to share with you guys today. Now, guys, before I get into the detail of what I learned from Greg, he shared something with me that caused such a fundamental shift in my thinking that it completely impacted the way I look at business. And if you guys were to take away just 1 point from my entire presentation, it would be this learning from Greg. Before meeting Greg, I believed that because marketing fell on the profit and loss as an expense line item, we should keep this as low as possible, and if possible, not even spend anything. But what I learned from him is that if it's done properly, it can be an immensely powerful asset that can generate you a bigger ROI than any other asset in your business. I, in fact, use this principle in my business when starting out. 1 year, I spent $3,000 in marketing and made a $30,000 return from the marketing spend. Now, that's a 10x return. That's 1,000% ROI on investment. And the internet has made this sort of thing possible and even commonplace in some industries. And that's the main goal of why I started this business. It's to fundamentally change the way accountants think about business and marketing. Now, as you're accountants in your own practice, you are no longer just an accountant. You are now an entrepreneur and need to see business through multiple lenses and not just through accountant lenses, but through marketing lenses, legal lenses, sales lenses. Business is multifaceted, and we need to be comfortable looking at it through different lenses and not just an accounting lens. Are you guys excited about this? I'm really pumped. Cool, guys. So let's get into it. So now one of the first lessons I learned from Greg, and something we recommend with all of our clients, is picking a niche. When you look at how accounting firms market themselves, there's pretty much nothing that differentiates them from one another. They're all saying the same thing. They say they do tax or payroll or audit or bookkeeping services, but to potential clients, they all look and sound exactly the same. So the client just lands up just finding the cheapest accountant and going with them. So now when you pick a niche, what you are doing is focusing your skills on a specific group of people instead of just targeting everyone. There's a famous saying in marketing, when you try to speak to everyone, you land up speaking to no one. So an example of a niche would be restaurants. Now, when we tell this to accountants, a lot get very scared and they think they have to completely change the entire business and get rid of existing clients, but this is really not the case. All you need to do is look at your existing client base, see who you like servicing the most and which niche you feel you are the best at servicing, and simply start aiming your marketing and messages towards that niche and start getting more of those types of clients and get better at servicing them. So the reason why this method is effective is because, number one, people will seek you out in the market. As an example, restaurant owner A will say to restaurant owner B, you should go to Greg. He's the accountant for restaurants. He really understands the industry like the back of his hand. Number two, you are now a specialist in a sense as you specialize in accounting for restaurants. You actually charge more for your services. It's the same reason a general practitioner can only charge $200 for a consult, but a specialist doctor can charge up to $1,000 for a consult. People will pay more for a specialist. They'd rather pay more for someone who knows the industry and understands the problem they face than just a generalist who services anyone and everyone. Is this making sense to all you guys, by the way? Cool. Okay, so number three, as you start to service more and more of this niche, you'll become extremely efficient at it, as you'll have done so many restaurants' tax returns. You will know exactly what issues are going to come up and how to handle them. So you'll be doing the work way faster and more efficiently, which increases your profit margin. I felt this slide really explains the concept of how you only have a certain amount of focus, and by harnessing that focus on one niche, your results will improve dramatically. The picture on the left represents your average accountant who services anyone and everyone and has limited knowledge on the different industries and niches. The picture on the right is of an accountant who services one niche and has expert focus and knowledge on the industry. Does this make sense, by the way? Okay, cool. And by the way, guys, if you've ever run Facebook ads before and you didn't get amazing results, this is why. It's because you didn't pick a niche. And by the way, like small to medium businesses, that's just not a niche, guys. Okay, cool. So I want to talk about prospecting here. So now this is a very underrated part of most businesses, but just keep in mind that this is the lifeblood of the business. Without new leads and opportunities coming into your practice consistently, it'll be very difficult to grow your business. So once you have your niche and your message, it's now time to get that message in front of as many people as possible. Now, many accountants have a fear around getting their message out to a lot of people. They fear they'll ruin their brand or upset people or sound spammy. Guys, I'm telling you, this is just not the case. If you reach out to someone and they're not looking for an accountant, they'll simply ignore the message. They actually don't even register who's sending it, as it's not relevant to them. It's the same as when you kind of see a commercial on TV that's not applicable to you, you just kind of zone out from it. But when the message gets in front of someone who is actually looking to change accountants, they'll be so grateful you got in touch with them and will gladly service our dream client. So now there are many different ways to prospect. There's LinkedIn, there's Google ads, there's radio, billboards, but the one I'll be speaking about today is Facebook ads. Now, a lot of accountants claim, Facebook doesn't work, it doesn't work for accountants. I'm here to tell you guys that it's just not true. If done properly, Facebook can be an extremely effective way of getting clients. So now I'm going to show you what a successful Facebook ad looks like. So you will not believe me, but this woman, Shanita Jones, is a CPA in North America. She spent $1,000 on Facebook ads and made over $60,000 from those ads. Now, as accountants, I think we could all kind of agree here that that's an ROI. That kind of an ROI would be very, very difficult to find. So let's have a look at the ad. Now, firstly, what's good about it is it's directed at a specific niche, the home health agency. Now, as I said earlier, when you have a niche, marketing becomes much easier as you could speak directly to them. The ad is offering a free ebook on how to save on taxes. It's actually a very short 3-page PDF, but does have very valuable information in it to help you save on your taxes. But this builds rapport and trust as you are helping potential clients at the same time showing them you know what you're talking about. Then once you click on the ad, it takes you to this page, which tells you how to get your free ebook and why you should read it. Now, in order to get your free ebook, you have to give her your email address. That's a fair trade, right? But now she has the opportunity to tell you more about her and what she does and how she can help you. So now, after putting your email address, you'll then be taken to a thank you page where she has a short video. In the video, she thanks you and tells you how else she can help you as a home health agency save money on taxes. She also gives you an opportunity to book a free call with her to discuss any issues you are having or for some advice. As you can see, she's giving a ton of value, and oftentimes clients will actually sign up with her on the call because of the amount of rapport they have with her and the amount of knowledge she's already shared with her potential clients. Guys, I know this sounds really complicated, but once you have a niche and understand the problems they face, you can also very successfully do this very easily. A lot of you probably already have a niche you understand really well. You just need to start focusing your marketing towards them and start getting more of that type of clients. Anyways, I hope that was helpful. Don't forget to stick around all the way till the end. I'm going to be giving away a free gift to you guys. It's going to be able to get you 12 to 20 new client opportunities a month using LinkedIn. Anyways, guys, next we're going to be speaking about sales and CRMs. So now, let me ask you guys something. Would you ever show up at a client or company meeting without an agenda to discuss and a structure for the meeting? Absolutely not. But it blows my mind how many accountants will just get on a sales call without any structure or plan for the call. Can you imagine if this whole conference had no agenda and everyone just spoke whenever they wanted? It would be chaotic and no one would get any value. An agenda is crucial to have in place in a meeting or a sales call. Just like how there's a structured process to go about completing a tax return, so is there a structured process to go about sales. I definitely found that most accountants are really good at doing the actual accounting work, but most, myself included, really struggle with sales. Now, you don't need to be Jordan Belfort to close an accounting client, but you do need a simple sales structure in place to ensure the conversation leads down a certain path. When our clients first started generating high-quality leads, we started noticing they weren't closing the leads at the rate they should have. This is when we decided to get an expert salesman, Rowan, into the business to assist our clients with sales. After getting Rowan involved, our clients' results exploded. Sales in 2020 has fundamentally changed due to COVID. People are no longer meeting in person, so you need to know how to have a formal and professional sales pitch over Zoom using Google Slides and Docs. We need to know how to build rapport over Zoom. Okay, guys, so now once you have your marketing message down and the sales part down, you will now have an influx of new leads and new clients coming into your business. But at this stage, you'll start to actually realize you now have a new problem on your hands that you didn't have before. How do I onboard all these new clients? So now what we started to realize from working with multiple firms is that a lot of their processes were very outdated and often manual. When onboarding a new client, everything was done by email, manually, back and forward, documents back and forth. So what you need to do when you're onboarding a lot of clients is you actually need to digitize your onboarding process. And it looks something like this. So this is an example of an onboarding we built for one of our clients. You can see you can welcome clients, capture documents and verify their identity, fill in a registration form, capture billing details, and thank them all in a seamless and professional process. So when you sign on a new client, they can simply upload all the information you need and get started without your involvement, taking normally a 2-hour process down to 20 minutes. How cool is that, guys? Anyways, I'd love to go further into other ways of automating your accounting practice, but that's all I have time for today. So as a closing thought, guys, put the power in your hands. Take control of your accounting practice. Stack the deck in your favor. Don't passively wait for clients to give you referrals and just sit there praying you get new clients. Go out there, be proactive, get marketing systems in place, and get high-paying clients fast. So guys, as a closing thought, first of all, I just wanted to thank Bruce and everyone involved in the CPA conference. And we'd like to give you all a free gift. So now we have a training course that will show you how to get 10 to 20 high-quality client opportunities each month for your business with less than 5 minutes of work a day using LinkedIn. Now, guys, I know as an accountant, when people start mentioning softwares or tech, it gets very scary. And it was that way for me too. But trust me, this stuff's an absolute dream compared to Pastel or Excel. So normally what we do is we actually sell this product for about $2,000 once off. But we're going to give this to you guys today absolutely free. And we're also going to include the slides and notes that'll go along with the presentation. So all you have to do to get your free training is go to this URL, So it's accountingclientsaccelerator.com/CPA. And pretty much that's it. You paste in the link. And now, because we normally charge for this course, we're only going to keep it open until Sunday at midnight. After that, we're going back to charging for the course, and you'll have to pay the $2,000 to get access. So again, guys, the link is accountingclients, plural clients, accelerator.com/CPA. What you'll do is you'll paste the link into your browser, click on the yes, give me my free course, fill in your name and email, and you'll be emailed the access to the course. We'll also mail you the slides and all that other stuff that's going to be good for you. And guys, yeah, thanks so much for taking the time to listen to us talk. And thanks again to Bruce and the whole CPA conference team. You guys did a great job. Again, guys, if you want the training, it's only available till Sunday night. Just go to Accounting Clients Accelerator /CPA. And I hope you guys enjoyed the talk. Cool, guys. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to post in the chat. I put this in there. And yeah, that is pretty much if any of you guys want to see the link, I've posted it in the chat. Do you guys have any questions, by the way? If anyone has any questions, you can post it in the chat. Cool, guys. So yeah, that's about it. And if you want that free training, it's available till Sunday. accountingclientsaccelerator.com/CPA. Does anyone here have any questions? Cool, guys. Yeah, so I hope you guys all enjoyed it. And yeah, guys, like I said, I think, for me, I was always, very much seeing accounting through one lens and, just strictly through cash flows and finance and profit and losses and balance sheets. And I think what really helped is, just being open-minded enough to kind of actually learn that there's a whole lot more to being an entrepreneur and running a business. And I really learned a lot of this. I have to give credit to my business partner who really opened my mind up to, the power of marketing. And, I do find that accountants, we all too, myself included, we tend to look at these businesses just through one lens. And I think to be open to the fact that, there's multiple disciplines that actually go very, very deep. As deep as accounting is as a topic, I mean, we could study accounting for 10 to 20 years. It actually works exactly the same with sales and marketing. Sales can go as deep in terms of the breadth of knowledge you can develop, and same with marketing. And I think that's something that's been really great for me to learn and develop as a person, as an entrepreneur, to kind of, I'd actually thought I'd reached my peak in terms of learning after I qualified as a CA, similar to a CPA. I'd actually thought I'd reached my peak. I thought I kind of knew everything there was to know about business, and there was nothing else left to learn. And the reality is that, yes, in this discipline, in the accounting discipline, if you are a CPA, you have reached probably the pinnacle, but that's in this discipline. And if you are an entrepreneur and you have your own business, you've got your own CPA firm, there are more disciplines to master, because if you've got this level of knowledge on accounting and you have your own practice, but you've got this level of knowledge on marketing and this level of knowledge on sales, then you're not going to get an incredible amount of success. But if you get your marketing knowledge up here and you get your sales knowledge up here, you're really going to be able to really kind of dominate your industry. And I mean, I'm even going a step further. I'm actually learning. I'm going to start learning more stuff on the legal side. And I'm actually have become a lot more open-minded to kind of learning more about different kinds of disciplines. And yeah, I think it's really important. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, please, Christopher, I see you asking, to clients like self-service onboarding. They absolutely love it. And I'll tell you why. It's just much more professional. It's seamless. It's number one, it's also going to save you time, and that's very important. And number two, the clients also want to kind of act when they have the time. So instead of having these emails that kind of get lost in junk, or they just kind of like don't get around to it, at this point, the client, when they're ready, can go and do the onboarding, and they can do it in one sitting when they have the time. And like I said, they can kind of go through the whole registration process in one seamless process. And instead of kind of like a lot of back and forward, and it's clumpy, and then sometimes, you know, you forget certain things. When you build out an onboarding, you can keep refining it and perfecting it. So you have a specific onboarding, and then maybe, you know, 3 weeks in, you realize, oh, I should have actually added this to the onboarding. You can go and refine it till eventually it's such a seamless process, and you can really, really do it quickly. And this is really for practices that really want to scale. I mean, you know, once you start with marketing and you start doing different things, and you're going to start getting a lot more clients interested in your business. If you're only onboarding one client a month, I agree, then manual's fine. But if you really want to start scaling your practice, it's just not an efficient way of doing things in terms of, you know, manually going back and forward. It's going to take you a week or two to onboard a client instead of 2 hours. So that's why we recommend with a lot of our clients that eventually they switch over to a onboarding. Once they start getting more and more interest, how we would normally start it is with our clients, would start first building them up, getting them more clients, getting them more interest, and then once they're really starting to take on a lot of clients, we do the self-service onboarding, the digital, what's called digital onboarding. Guys, any other questions? Who here actually has tried marketing? Do any of you guys who have your own accounting practice, have you tried marketing? What are your thoughts on marketing? What are your beliefs around marketing? I'd love to hear. I'd say, yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you think marketing works. Cheryl, let me see your question. I don't actually see your question here, Cheryl. Let me see if it's under event. Don't see it, Cheryl. Maybe you can repost it. Jonty, do you have any questions? In the time of a pandemic, do you have any specific advice? Are you talking about marketing? I would say my advice when it comes to marketing is that we have seen such an uptick in the online space. It's just becoming more and more competitive. So my advice to you guys would be, don't be scared to get involved in this. And the reason why I'm saying is because we need to learn to build trust and build rapport and start interacting with clients and meeting clients online. I think the days of, you know, going in and meeting people in person are kind of in the past. So you kind of want to get started. I would say, you know, when it comes to marketing, Cheryl, I would say, you know, I would start looking at LinkedIn, start looking at LinkedIn and start reaching out to people. You could use Sales Navigator. There's some really good automation tools, and I would start with that. But start feeling comfortable with speaking to people online. You could use Facebook, find groups with accountants in them, find different Facebook groups with your niche. So as an example, if your target market, I don't know what your target market is. If, for an example, your target market is, you know, engineers, you can actually go find Facebook groups with engineers in and speak to them. But to be honest with you, if you really want to crush with LinkedIn, go ahead and get the course. I'm telling you right now, like, you will crush. It's really, really useful and valuable information with you. Like I said in the talk, it's valued at $2,000. It's that valuable. And if you go and you download the course and you watch it, I can guarantee you will get client opportunities. I mean, it's, like I said, it's completely free until Sunday. So Cheryl, do yourself a favor, go get the course, and it's going to show you how to connect with and how to actually find clients on LinkedIn. So yeah, I would say that's a good start. And then, like I said, you know, that's a good start because they'll teach you how to use LinkedIn. And another place to start would also be, pick your niche, know who your niche is, and then go find Facebook groups with those people in your niche and start giving value, start adding value, give advice, meet people, talk to them. So I'd say that's a good start. But I'd say definitely don't hold back in terms of the pandemic. We actually noticing that our clients that are going about it quite aggressively are actually getting a lot of traction, because a lot of people have actually maybe slowed down and like taken their foot off the accelerator. So the ones that are actually still keeping on going are the ones that are actually snapping up quite a lot of other people's clients. So I'd say that's pretty much the advice I would give you during a pandemic. Yeah, do you guys have any other questions? So Kishan, we're on your site. So like I said, I'm just going to copy this for you real quick. Let me just give you the link. So it is accountingclientsaccelerator.com/CPA. I've put it in the chat. So head on over there, Accounting Clients Accelerator, Kishan, you could see it, .com/CPA. That's where you just click, give me my free course. And that's basically going to show you exactly how to network and connect with clients on LinkedIn. If you guys use this system, this system alone can genuinely change your business. And I'm not even lying to you. This thing can change your business fundamentally. It's going to put the power in your hands. What do we find with accountants a lot of the time is they're actually too passive in how they go about getting clients because, it's seen as like, oh, it's this professional thing. And we do, and guys, I love that. We do need to act professionally. But at the same time, we need to also get our name out there. We need to try. We need to go about getting clients. We need to get our name out there. And the problem with relying purely on word of mouth referrals is that it's completely out of our hands. The power of our business is just not in our hands. It's literally in our clients' hands. It's in other people's hands. And we have to sit around and wait. If you get the system running, I'll guarantee you will get 12 to 20 client opportunities every single month. And of those 12 to 20, I'm not saying you're going to close all of them. This is not a get rich quick thing. Of those 12 to 20, you're going to have those opportunities. You're going to close a couple every now and then. And also it's going to give you an opportunity to practice your sales, practice your pitch. And once you really get your message down, your offer down, and your sales pitch down, you're going to really, really crush in terms of those opportunities. And guys, I'm telling you now, we have worked with a ton of, I've been doing this for the last 2 years, and I've worked in a ton of different accounting practices. And I know the ones that crush. I could see the ones that are really, really, really dominating the market are the ones with marketing systems that are in place. So literally marketing systems that are running each and every month, not just like a one-off, they're going to do a quick promotion or they're going to do a billboard. They are systems, digital systems that are running each month that are generating on average 12 to 20 client opportunities a month. And they're the ones also with a formalized sales process and digital onboarding. And those are the ones that are doing $200 to $300,000 a month. Those are the ones that are really crushing. And the ones that aren't really spending on marketing are the ones who are, it is tough out there. Like clients are moving around. People have lost clients because of the pandemic. And, it's just important to put this in your guys' hands. I think it's something that, you guys can master. It's not difficult. And I think, a lot of people think, that they're not good with tech. And I had those same fears too myself. Like I had a lot of fear around tech, and there's really very little tech involved. You guys can use Excel, or you guys can use Pastel. It's all the same stuff. They've in fact made it so easy to use these systems now that you really don't need much skill. And also, guys, you can also, with regards to, some of the questions I'm seeing, what we offer is, because of this conference, what we offer is anyone who comes through this conference can book a free 45-minute call with my marketing specialist. He'll help you with any questions you have with regards to, your message, your offer, your niche. You can talk about your niche, because a lot of accountants aren't sure. They say, who should I be targeting? And I think, guys, when it comes to niches, don't think you marry to your niche. It's not like, okay, my niche is engineers, and for the rest of your life, you have to service engineers. What you do is you test and you see, and first think, who do I like working with? Who do I really want to work with? And then start marketing towards them. And then if it's not working, or, the interest levels aren't there, you can just change it up. You're not married to your niche. The point is that to think of someone that you like servicing, or an industry you are strong at, and start marketing towards them. So, and like I said in my pitch, guys, is that, if you're trying to speak to everyone, you land speaking to no one. So if you're kind of just saying to everyone, I do accounts, I do tax, you're not speaking. If you say, I help engineers save on tax, when someone sees a message like that and it's geared towards them, they're way more interested. And they say, oh, okay, well, this is my person. Kishan, he helps engineers. I want to have a word with him because he probably knows. Whereas if you're just saying, hey, guys, I do tax, I do payroll, anyone who sees that is going to think, well, I know a lot of people who do tax and I do payroll. Why should I trust you? But once you've picked a niche, then people will say, okay, this person gets me. Like, he knows the industry. I really trust him. And I think that's really crucial. Do you guys have any other questions? you guys have any other questions? Anything about sales or marketing? Let's see here. Okay, Jonathan asking how to sell over Zoom. Okay, so guys, this is a really important point in 2020. And the first thing I'll tell you guys is, if you're selling over Zoom, so number one is, have something professional behind you, so normally when I'm doing my presentations and stuff, I'll have, certificates behind me. It's clean. You want to be in a nice quiet room, in a quiet area. There's also virtual backgrounds you can make use of. So in Zoom, there's actual virtual backgrounds where you can either use a green screen or you could hang a black sheet behind you and you could use a virtual background. And that way, it looks professional. And yeah, so number one, that actually looks professional. And also another thing when it comes to Zoom, let me just move over here. So when it comes to Zoom, I would tell you guys also that you want to have a presentation. So you want to have slides and you want to have some sort of a structured formal sales process with slides. So you can actually kind of explain what you're trying to do in slides. I find a lot of accountants, they kind of just hop on a Zoom call, they hop on a sales call. There's very little structure going on. There's no real formal anything. So you really want to kind of have a presentation and know what you're going to be talking about, have your slides ready, have your questions ready as well. I think a very important part to sales is kind of having questions so you can really understand where your client's at, what problems are they having. So start off by asking them have a bunch of questions, have like 8 to 10 questions, asking them, try to find out where they are now. So when I say where they are now, what issues are they having when it comes to their accounting? What problems, what frustrations are they having? Are they having problems with cash flow? Are they having problems with their taxes? Are they having problem understanding the finance? Are they having problem getting loans from banks? All these sorts of things. You want to kind of find out where they are now. Then you want to find out where they want to go. So they've got where they are now, which is all these problems and all these frustrations. Maybe it's where they are now is they don't understand their financials. They can't get funding from a bank. Where they want to go is they want to understand their financials and they want to get funding from a bank. And you need to position yourself as the vehicle that's going to help them achieve their goal. So where they are now, they might phone you and they'll say, Kishan or Jonathan, I really don't understand my financials. And then you say to them, okay, perfect. Ask them some questions around it. What don't they understand? What problems they're having? Ask them where they want to go. And they'll say to you, Jonathan, I want to get funding from a bank. I want to understand my financials. And then you want to pitch your solution with your slides, your demo slides, as the solution to their problems. You want to say, look, by the end of our months together, you're going to understand your financials like this. You're going to be able to speak to banks. You're going to be able to speak to them with confidence. You're going to be able to get funding. And that's pretty much key. And I think what really the most important things when it comes to sales is being, ethical sales, and ethics is number one when it comes to sales. Never promise someone something you can't deliver on. So never go into a transaction or a sales transaction and rather under promise, over deliver. So don't promise a potential client something that you can't deliver on. And I think that's been something that's been kind of our guiding beacon when it comes to sales, is to kind of, understand the client's problems and really understand them. And then if you can help them, offer them a solution. And I think that's the best way to do sales in 2020. I really, really believe that.